Good afternoon. If I can have your attention, we're going to get our program started. I'm Corey Moss. I'm the Vice President and General Manager here in Texas City for the Valero Texas City Refinery, and I'm also on the Marque Texas City Chamber of Commerce Executive Board. And on that board, I am the VP of Community Development. I'm filling in for Ramiro, our chair. He was unable to make it today. So with that, just wanted to say a few words. You know, as the chairman of the Community Development Committee, one of the things I wanted to talk a little bit about as an introduction is about community. You know, in a year like this year, an election year, there's a lot of division out there. But to steal a little phrase from Mayor Johnson, community matters, right? And so what's the strength of Texas City and Lamarque is that we recognize our differences, but we leverage those differences out in the community. It makes this area better. It makes it stronger. You know, coming from the industry side, I always, when I get a chance, I like to thank the two communities for the support that they give to the industry here. We're an important part of that, and we don't take that responsibility lightly. And the government and the government officials and the two cities support us in a very strong way. And we appreciate that each and every day. So as you sit here and listen to the two mayors talk about what they do and what the two cities do for us, I ask you, each and every one of you as business members and as community members, listen for what you can do for the community, right? There's always a chance to give back. It's one of the things that we at Valero hold core is giving back to the community. So there's definitely an opportunity, if you listen, both in Lamarque and Texas City, for each of us to do a little more, whether we're a business leader or we're a community member. So with that, I'd like to invite John Branson, City of Texas City Executive Director of Management Services. He will lead us in the invocation. And then for the pledge, Cesar Garcia, the city manager of the city of Lamarque.
Thank you, Corey. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Please rise, if you're able, and join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for the many blessings that you have bestowed upon us and that you've bestowed upon the great cities of Texas City and Lamarque. We thank you for the presenters here today, Lord, and we ask that you grant them the wisdom and clarity to apprise us of the many great things that are happening within their respective communities, and ask your blessings upon them as they lead these two cities. Father, we pray also for your help, that you will help us to be goodwill ambassadors for our respective communities so that we can go out and share the good news with our friends, families, and colleagues. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you now for the food that we are about to eat. We pray that you will bless it for the nourishment of our bodies. We pray and we ask all of these things in Jesus' precious and holy name. Amen.
Place your hand over your heart. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee. Thank you. Please be seated.
Well, again, welcome. Hope you're looking forward to the program, but I have the honor and the privilege to introduce our President and CEO, Tim Culp. He's been with us just over a year, and he's brought some fresh ideas and new excitement to the chamber. We haven't run him off yet. But hopefully he'll do the introductions of everyone here. So thanks, Tim. Come on up.
Thank you, Corey. Isn't it an absolute awesome day to be in Texas City and Lamarque? Okay, I've been doing this for a year now, and y'all are going to have to figure this out. Y'all going to have to get better than that. Isn't it an absolute awesome day to be in Texas City and Lamarque? You know, sometimes it's hard to train new puppies, but we're getting there. Y'all are doing good. Y'all are doing good. Well, we are glad to have y'all here with us today, and I'm excited about getting to hear from both of our mayors today. At this time, though, I get an opportunity to introduce, we've got a lot of special guests in the room, and we have a lot of sponsors with us as well, and so I'm going to take a moment now to introduce those sponsors and our guests. But I want to start off with our presenting sponsor today is the Blue Lagoon Bar and Grill from Lago Mar, and they're here with us, and I want to ask Monica Levitz to come up for just a moment and to say a few words to y'all as our presenting sponsor. Y'all welcome Monica to the stage, please.
Good afternoon. I'm so glad to see everybody here today. We're so excited to be chamber partners with the Texas City and Lamarque Chamber and work with the future development of these cities. Since Lago Mar opened in 2021, we've been very blessed and we've grown immensely. In 2022, we were able to open the Blue Lagoon Bar and Grill, and it's a full-service restaurant, and we also offer event catering. Afterwards, we partnered Lago Mar and Lagoon Development brought on ARM, which is a nationally recognized as a full-service hospitality group, and it's celebrating its 20th year as the new management group for the Blue Lagoon Bar and Grill and Lagoon Fest. In case you guys are interested, Lagoon Fest opens this weekend for spring break, which is kind of nice since we actually have warm weather for the first time in years. In addition to this, we're also very fortunate to be the partners with Sports Illustrated Resort that will be breaking ground in 2025, and we are the first one to be opening in the United States, and the reason they chose to come here is because of the growth and development of the city. So thank you so much for being partners with the Chamber and continue the growth.
Thank you, Monica. Boy, did y'all hear what she said? Sports Illustrated is coming to town. If you can't get excited about that, I don't know what you get excited about. Well, I do want to introduce some of our other sponsors that we have with us, and this is our centerpiece sponsor, Quartz Industry, and I know we have Chad Passy here, the manager. Just stand up, Chad, and raise your hand. Let everybody see you. Y'all give him a big round of applause and give Quartz Industries a special thank you for being our centerpiece sponsor today. We have our luncheon sponsors as well. I know they've been going up on the board. It looks like Mariel's got them up there for me right now. But we have Amico Federal Credit Union, the City of Lamarque, the City of Texas City, College of the Mainland, Community Health Network, Galveston County Health District, Grant Works, Inc., we have Joyner Architects and Baytran, the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer City, TNMP, and UTMB. Let's give all of our luncheon sponsors a big round of applause. Now, I know the announcements are supposed to be at the end of the program, but that was a mistake on my part. I want to make announcements at the beginning because y'all got a lot more y'all want to hear when we hear from the mayors here in just a few moments. But I do want to point out some of the things that we have taking place at the Chamber. Number one, as members, we want you to be mindful and be watching your email list. If you're not receiving our emails, please let us know. Marielle works very hard every week to make sure that we're giving you updated. We don't want to inundate your inbox, but we want to send you precise emails. And so she works very hard to give you a lot of information in singular emails. So please make sure you're reading those emails and flipping through those and looking, because a lot of the information that we try to get out to y'all during the week is in that email. But just to want to point out a few things that we've got taking place. Number one, we're in the process of working with some of our financial members, such as Amico, to work on some workshops that we're going to be bringing our small business members later on throughout the year. So be watching that. We still continue to work with the SBDC. Amy Reed and her group are in our office every Tuesday. I gave some numbers at the gala on Friday night that are just phenomenal. The numbers, I think there was 126 visits. I'm going to get off here too much, but almost $3 million in capital investment. The numbers are just amazing. And so, and the minority businesses that we're helping just continue to grow. So we're very excited about that partnership with the SBDC. And again, that they meet in our office every Tuesday. So if you have a need to meet with the SBDC, please feel free to give our office a call. Some of our big signature events that we have coming up on March the 15th, it's just around the corner next Friday night, we're going to be cutting the ribbon at the High Horse Saloon. But not only are we going to do that, we're also going to have the ribbon cutting, but our young professionals, along with our board members, our YP group, they're all going to be there. It's going to be an evening to have a great time. It's a great social event. Want to encourage you to come out. We're going to start and cut the ribbon somewhere between 7:15. About 7:30, the live band's going to kick off. We'll have food. We'll have drinks. First round of drinks. I'm not paying your whole bar tab. Not going to do that. But we will love to have you come out. It's a great time to socialize and visit with others. And so please plan on coming out and being with us on March the 15th at the High Horse. On April the 23rd, a big signature event for this chamber is our industrial trade show. Many of you have been to our industrial trade show in the past, but we are going to make a little bit of a difference and a change. Instead of having our State of Industry Luncheon where our plant managers come up and speak, we're going to combine this. So both the State of Industry Luncheon and the Industrial Trade Show are going to be on the same day, okay? We're going to use this entire facility here, this front room here and the rooms in the back as well. So please make plans to attend that great event on April the 23rd. On May 18th, we're going to have the Shrimp Fest, and we had a little change here as well. Number one, we moved it out of August. It was too hot on 6th Street in August, so we moved it to May, and we're working with the Galveston Daily News, and we're going to combine the Daily News press run. So we're doing the press run and the Shrimp Fest all on the same day, May 18th, downtown Texas City on 6th Street. On July the 12th, we're going to have our business showcase. What's new about our business showcase this year? We do this over at Mall of the Mainland, but we've got a different twist this year. We're going to add a casino night to it. So what we're going to do is we want you to ask all of your friends to come out and be a part. Come visit our local businesses. Walk in the door. You're going to get a punch card. You take that punch card. You go to all the different vendors that are there. They punch your ticket, you turn it in, and when they do that, you're going to get your playing chips. You get to go play casino night for the rest of the evening, and we're going to have some really nice gifts to give away that evening. Gifts nothing less than $50 a piece, so that's not a bad deal. Great way to visit with our local businesses, great way to network, and great way to get together and spend some time with each other. August the 2nd and the 5th, we're going to be doing some new teacher luncheons with Texas City ISD and Dickinson ISD. So if you're interested in helping us partner with those groups and for that event, please let us know. A new event that we're going to do on August the 16th is an event called Bayou Bingo. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be kind of our full community event again to where we can bring our business community together. We're going to play 20 rounds of bingo for some really nice gifts and prizes. We're going to have a live auction. We're going to have a silent auction. We've got some opportunities for you as business owners to be able to do some commercials and so forth with your business. So we're excited about that event that will be taking place on August the 16th. And then again, a signature event for us where we partner with the city of Marque is the Bayou Fest on October the 19th. And then a new event for us again this year. We got some new events coming in. If you can't tell, is on November the 7th. Mayor Johnson and Mayor Bell both have agreed to put their names on this event. We're excited about it, and we're calling it the Mayor's Evening of Thanksgiving. We're going to do it right back here at the Doyle Center. We're going to ask multiple pastors and preachers to come in and just, to be honest with you, pray over different sections of our community. And we don't matter the denomination or your religious background. We're asking everyone to come and be a part as a community as a whole. And we're excited about it. It's a little bit different twist. I had the opportunity to do this at one other community that I was in before, and it really, really was a huge benefit for our community. So we would hope and encourage everyone to please come and attend those events. A lot of new stuff taking place, like we said. We're excited about 2024. And so give yourselves a big round of applause for a great 2023 and the things that we've got taking place in 2024. Now, this is the point, and I said it the other night at the gala, and I'm going to say it again right now, that it always gets a little dicey because this is where I get to introduce everyone that's here and who am I going to leave out. And so if I leave you out, it is not intentional. I apologize first and foremost. And if I do leave you out, please just raise your hand, and I'm going to let you shout out your name, okay? I may do this one of these days and just say, hey, if you're an elected official or whatever, you stand up and shout out your name. But anyway, let's have a little fun giving some introductions here. Please hold your applause until I've gone through everyone. Here with us today, representing U.S. Representative Randy Weber, is District Rep Amber Murray. Is Amber here? Oh, stand up so we can see you. There it is. There we go. Yeah, y'all stand up. We also have with us today from the state of Texas, State Senator Mays Middleton. Is Mays here? Well, I know Ryan's here. Ryan Caruso, I know you're his district rep, or you're in there. He is right there. Good deal. Thank you. Glad to have Ryan. We also have with us State Representative Terry Leo Wilson. We also have with us Dr. Greg Bonin. I believe we have with us from Galveston County Commissioner Precinct 4, Dr. Robin Armstrong as well. Is Dr. Armstrong with us? He's in the hospital. He's at the hospital. He's working at the doctor. Easy how you shout that out to me, because I will give the wrong information. Goodness gracious. Y'all see what I have to deal with? Oh. From the city of Texas City, of course, we're going to introduce him again in a moment, but we have with us the mayor of Texas City, Dedrick Johnson. Commissioner at Large, Thelma Bowie, Mayor Pro Tem. Commissioner District 1, DeAndre Noxon. Commissioner at Large, Abel Garza. Is Abel with us? Nope. Okay. Commissioner District 3, Dortha Jones Pointer. And Commissioner District 4, Jamie Clark. Let's see, did I see the fire chief come in? David, where is it? There he is. Chief, stand up here and wave your head. There we go. And did Chief Cravens make it? I've got his name on his list. Okay, I just want to make sure. I'm trying not to forget anybody. Y'all did meet just a few moments ago. Executive Director of Management Services, John Branson. John, stand up again and let us say hi to you. And then we also have with us the Director of Economic Development, Kristen Edwards. From the city of Lamarque, again, we'll introduce this gentleman in a moment. We have with us the Mayor of Lamarque, Keith Bell. Council Member District A, Kimberly Yancey. And Council Member District D, James Ross. Again, you met this gentleman a moment ago, but we have with us the city manager, Cesar Garcia, and the new assistant city manager, J.B. Pritchett. I did notice, I think I saw Chief of Police from the city of Lamarque, Randall Aragon, come in. Chief, are you here? Good deal. And did Fire Chief David Merriman make it? Is he here? Yep, there he is. There he is. From our Economic Development Department from the city of Lamarque, we have the Executive Director, Alex Getty. From College of the Mainland, we have with us Position 7, Chairman of the Board for the College of the Mainland, Don Gartman. I know I saw Don earlier. Where's Don at? There he is. And we have the President and our immediate past Chairman of the Board for the Texas City Lamarque Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Warren Nichols. For the Texas City ISD School Board, we have with us District 4 Representative Lori Carnes, At-Large Representative Randy Deedle, and Superintendent of Schools Dr. Melissa Duarte. From Dickinson ISD School Board, we have with us today Assistant Superintendent Robert Cobb. Oh, say it one more time so they can hear you. So we have with us, I'll make sure I help that out because in case you didn't hear, we have School Board President Melba Anderson and Kaisha Paul. One more, who did I leave out? Miss Mabel Pratt. See, that's the hard part. But see, that's what I like about her is she stood up and said, hey, pay attention right here. This is who we're missing. All right, love it. Did we get Assistant Superintendent Robert Cobb from Dickinson ISD? I know that. Is he with us? Here he is right there. Glad to have you with us. You know, our partnerships are huge. That's what we do as a chamber, is to pull groups together. It was mentioned earlier. Monica mentioned it. Corey mentioned it. I know you're going to hear both of the mayors talk about those as well as community partners. And we just want to say thank you to so many of those partners that we have and the different organizations that we partner with. We have some of those organizations here with us today that I do want to point out. They're new, kind of working with us, but we have with us today from BAHEP, Barbara Cutsinger and Dan Seal. There's Barbara and Dan right over there. We also have a new group, and I was visiting with Corey and the board about this. This is a group that we as a chamber will start working with them more and more on a regular basis, and that is going to be Baytran. Baytran is going to help us with all of our transportation needs, and we have with us today their their president and CEO, Amy Skicky. Amy? And finally, I have on my list, I mentioned her name earlier, and this is a partnership that we are so proud of, and that's our SBDC partnership with Galveston County SBDC, and we have with us Amy Reed. Amy? Okay, this is that part where I said I feel like I've introduced everybody and their firstborn, but did I leave anybody out? Please, stand up. Introduce yourself.
Texas General Land Office representing Dr. Don Buckingham, Melissa Washington.
Glad to have you with us, Melissa. Again, it's those partnerships that we have. Did I leave anybody else out? Anybody that wants to be recognized? Somebody says, they left me out, but I ain't raising my hand. At Grants Administration Department, that's a big one. With that said, we're fixing to get this program rolling because y'all didn't come to hear me talk today. Y'all came to hear our two mayors speak. And I tell you what, over the last year and few months that I've been here, it has been my privilege to work with both of these gentlemen. It has absolutely been an honor, and what I can tell you is both of these men are always willing to open their doors, sit down and have a conversation with me, deal with issues that are taking place within each of their respective communities. We are truly blessed to have two great men leading both of these communities. And with that said, I want to go ahead and ask you to give a big warm round of applause to Mayor Bell from the city of Lamarque.
Good afternoon, everybody. Wanted to make a correction. Certainly, Mr. Culp did not mean to make an error, but the Texas City Independent School Board member is Nakisha Paul. Nakisha Paul. And we wanted to make sure that we made that correction. And again, we want to thank you for allowing us, the city of Lamarque, to be here. Before we get started, I wanted to personally recognize those volunteers in our community. I am the face of those volunteers as the most notable, but there are many volunteers, including the city council that serves with me. So I'd ask that you give a round of applause for all of the volunteers that serve our great city, from city council down to those that won't be mentioned today, those that serve on cemetery boards and park boards and things of that nature, who most often never get any sort of recognition. We also want to recognize that Lamarque also has a paid staff led by our city manager, Cesar Garcia, and we want to give them a round of applause as well, because there will be undoubtedly a meter reader that won't be mentioned today. There will be a person who is taking water payments for our city right now who won't be mentioned today, and we want to make sure that we recognize every member of our great city, because in Lamarque we believe it takes each and every one of us to make our city great. We also want to say that we are excited about what Mayor Johnson and this great commission is leading our sister city, the city of Texas City, into so many accomplishments. A new fire station, new leadership, projects all over this great city. And we are watching in Lamarque because we're glad that our sister city can lead us in so many positive ways. Mayor Johnson, to you, to your staff, to this commission, and to these members of this great city, we thank you for your leadership, and certainly we hope in the city of Lamarque that we are able to provide just as much of an addition to our great community. We also want to say that we are missing Judge Marque Henry today. The county normally takes part in this occasion. We look forward to hearing Judge Henry and all of the wonderful things that Judge Henry will tell us about the county of Galveston and the tremendous works that our county government is doing in the very, very near future. But as it relates to our great city, the city of Lamarque, Mayor Johnson, this Texas City Lamarque Chamber of Commerce, and all of those in my hearing today, the condition of the great city of Lamarque is good. In fact, I would assert that it is sunny in Lamarque. That it's sunny in Lamarque. Now, it may not be sunny in Lamarque physically at this current time, but metaphorically, we believe that it's sunny in our great city. Now, as with any metaphor, I have to then provide a contrast or a context. And in the city of Lamarque, we can provide that by simply looking at our history. Take, for example, our form of government. Many of you don't know that our form of government is a council-manager form of government, which means that we are led by a volunteer council, but we are also led by a paid city staff who is headed by a city manager. That means that our council does not have any administrative functions. That means that our council has to rely on the expertise of those members of our paid city staff to move our city forward. But those things that our council are responsible for, most certainly not as many things as our commission in Texas City or Mayor Johnson. And I'd also say that they probably don't want those responsibilities in light of the things that we face in government. But the things that we can control, the things that a volunteer council can control, the council, the city of Lamarque, has done tremendous amounts of work. A few short years ago, our city had some dark days in the area of public safety. In the area of public safety, we had an increase in crime to the point that one of our former constables organized a group of citizens that would patrol the streets, that would knock on the doors of crack houses, that would try to put pressure on the drug dealers in our community to get them to move along. A few short years ago, there were gang shootings all over our county. A few short years ago, our police department suffered from COVID, low morale, understaffed. We had no relationships with communities, no partnerships with those entities that would provide help. A few years ago, we were embroiled in an officer-involved shooting, and many of our residents reported hearing gunshots nightly. But today, because of our Safe City initiative, which is in year 3, we have 9 community-oriented policing districts providing for the contact and the relationship that any community needs with its law enforcement community. We have 6 new police officers, bringing our total to a record 45 sworn officers, never before reached in the history of the city of Lamarque. We have a gang unit, a special response unit, a narcotics unit. We have, for the first time in our history, a crime analyst to analyze the types of crimes that are happening in our community. We also rely very heavily on the Galveston County Organized Crime Task Force that has done tremendous amounts of work in cleaning up the streets in the city of Lamarque. We also endeavored to light Lamarque up, and so we provided for a program in which we call Light Up Lamarque, where we have increased the street lighting in every part of our community, and in particular in our Omega Bay subdivision, as we have taken over responsibility for their street lights as well. We have had a catalytic converter program to stop the theft of catalytic converters in our community, and all of these things that we have implemented in our Safe City initiative are working, for the proof is in the stats. Since 2021, overall crime in Lamarque is down 20%. Property crime is down in Lamarque 20%. Violent crime is down in Lamarque 11%. And in 2023 alone, overall crime was reduced in Lamarque 35%. Property crime 41%. Cold cases, many of our cold cases have been resolved. Several high-profile murder cases were resolved in our community this year. We've received a 141% increase in DWI arrests, a 190% increase in drug arrests since 2021, and a 26% increase in drug arrests since this year in 2023. I believe it's safe to say that our Safe City initiative in the city of Lamarque is working. The Safe City initiative is working. But we haven't stopped there. Lamarque is now, as we always have been, an innovator in our community and in communities beyond. This year, we endeavor to add even more innovation into our ability to fight crime. This year, a program entitled Eyes on Lamarque. Eyes on Lamarque will be rolled out for our community. This program is a network of cameras that will provide vital pieces of information as we investigate crimes all over our city. Many of you may not know, again, that Lamarque is an innovator in many of our law enforcement practices. Years ago, we purchased 9 flock cameras. And now flock cameras, or these license plate reader cameras, have become one of the most vital parts of any crime-fighting force in any community. Years ago, Lamarque led this county with 9. This year, we have proposed to add an additional 40 flock cameras to bolster our ability to capture and read license plates, to capture vehicle descriptions, so that we can follow those perpetrators who seek to commit crimes in our communities, follow them throughout our entire community, and thus bringing them to justice. But this partnership, this collaboration, this Eyes on Lamarque program does not only call for flock cameras, but it also calls for us to use our business community to provide professional surveillance systems for strategic business partners in our community, again, so that we can track those criminals or those persons that seek to commit crimes in our community. But we didn't stop there. We decided to invite our community members in so that they can be a part of this effort in reducing crime in Lamarque. We invited any member of our community that has a Ring doorbell camera or some sort of camera surveillance system that can be put on a network to become a part of our solution. Again, we want every eye possible to be on our city. And in this effort, we are delighted to announce that Amoco Federal Credit Union has provided us with a $5,000 grant that will provide us for 50 Ring doorbell cameras for 50 seniors in our community. Because what is a community if a community cannot keep its senior citizens safe? We didn't stop there. With the mayoral discretionary funds, I contributed another 10 of those Ring doorbell cameras, and the council member of District D, Mr. Ross, contributed another 5 out of his discretionary funds, bringing this initial total to 65 Ring doorbell cameras in our community. And the most beautiful thing about this Ring doorbell camera system is the safety and security it provides for our seniors. Not only that folks that would seek to harm them would know that they are being surveilled, they're being watched, but also those members of those seniors' families that could be connected through that Ring doorbell system, that can answer those knocks or those rings, that can see what's happening with their loved ones, even if they're miles, states, or even countries apart. We're moving forward in the city of Lamarque, and we won't be satisfied until we become, as I said before, 3 years ago, the safest city in Texas. Our fire department has been a part of this new Safe City initiative as we've added fire captains. We've increased our inspections on our businesses. We have added CPR classes and AED classes to provide a level of training for every citizen that wants to be a part of our Safe City, as we know it goes beyond crime and into other areas of our community. We've added a car seat program to keep the infants and the young children of our community safe while we are driving back and forth. The fire department has also accepted the challenge of becoming the department that supervises and directs our code enforcement division, a division that's so vital to the city of Lamarque because it provides for safety in our neighborhoods and safety with our property. And so we're glad that they have accepted the challenge to move our city forward. The response times in our fire department are faster and many lives because of the 2 fire stations that we have now, 2 paid fire stations. Lamarque is one of the smaller cities in our county, but we are one of 3 paid fire departments in this county: Galveston, the great city of Texas City, the great city of Lamarque. We believe in Lamarque, it's sunny. Our infrastructure had some dark days. After all, our infrastructure is over 70 years of age, and we in Lamarque have never passed a general obligation bond to address those infrastructure needs. There was a time in Lamarque, we were speaking of dark days, that we had over 50% water loss. There was a time in Lamarque where our sewer system was infiltrated by storm waters even more than they are today. Lamarque streets are aging. Many of them are 70 years old. Our public works department was cut by 50%. We went from a staff of 80 down to a staff of 40 when we cut our budget in the earlier part of the previous decade. Our public works department, our infrastructure, saw its darkest day in Hurricane Harvey, when many of our homes flooded for the first time in their history. Those were dark days. But today, Lamarque is in the midst of administering $70 million plus in infrastructure improvements that will bring our sewer system to the double its capacity. Today in Lamarque, we have $4 million worth of water line improvements moving into the east side of our city. Today in Lamarque, we just completed a drainage project on Mary and Melody Lane that has provided for us a drainage system in that part of our community, a part that has never seen drainage before. Today in Lamarque, we have lift stations that are being rehabbed on FM 1764 and 519. Today in Lamarque, we have new playscapes in several of our parks. You see, Lamarque is sunny. Lamarque is moving forward. Coming soon, our ARPA funds disbursement. And in those ARPA funds disbursements, we endeavor to provide for a brand new street maintenance team, something that we have not seen in the last 15 to 20 years of our city's existence. We also endeavor to continue the creation of a new stormwater team to address those issues that we found in Hurricane Harvey, to address those issues with our drainage system that continue to plague many areas of our community. We are not out of the woods, but it is sunny in Lamarque. We endeavor to continue our partnership with the American Public Works Association so that we can recruit, train, and deploy men and women to operate these new pieces of equipment that we'll acquire so that we can maintain our streets better. Incidentally, this past year, over $3 million was spent to repair 14 of our streets, including Bayou Road, one of our major thoroughfares, as well as Williams Road, a road that is in one of the more remote parts of our community, a road that has been in desperate need of repair. It's sunny in Lamarque. Our financial and our economic development portions of our operation, truthfully, has seen some times of dog days. We have had historically one of the highest property taxes. In fact, we have had to recover from $1 million loss twice in the last 2 decades. Previous was bad financial management. Here recently was a mistake on a form. Again, remember, council does not have any administrative functions. But we've recovered from those. There was a time where there were only 14,000 people in our community paying the tax burden, no sales tax, no jobs. And there was a time when there was no development. But today in Lamarque, 2023, 2024, Lamarque has realized a 4.5 cent tax rate cut. That is unheard of in our city. Our city has historically been in trouble with our tax rate, but this council, to its credit, has taken the leadership as it relates to our tax rate, and we were able to pass one of the biggest tax rate cuts in our county last year. But not only that, while lowering our tax rate, providing relief for our property taxpayers, we were still able to increase our budget because we believe that a budget should be driven by sales tax, that new businesses that come into our community should be able to pay their own way. We believe that the burden of financing government, lastly, should go toward the tax-paying citizens of a community, and firstly, be placed on those persons that will use that community, those persons that will receive benefits from that community. And so as long as the council we have is together, we will endeavor to continue cutting our tax rate, continue providing relief for our taxpayers, and continuing to grow our city economically through sales tax, impact fees, and usage fees. And it's working. In 2023, Lamarque had 160 plus new permits for new homes. 26 new businesses were started in the city of Lamarque. Lamarque still is the second fastest growing city in our county, still the sixth hottest city for real estate in the greater Houston area. For the first time in our history, we are over 20,000 residents strong. The Ambrose Addition, the Lakes of Woodhaven Trails are continuing to build. Lamarque has realized the 500 jobs that Amazon has promised us. Lamarque has realized 2 multi-million-dollar battery storage units that will provide additional relief to taxpayers, and the first in Texas, a data storage facility that is worth over $20 million. We are still moving forward with the total transformation of the dog track into a 12,000-seat world-class concert venue, as well as realizing a 33% drop in the unemployment rate in our city. The unemployment rate in our city is 4.1%. We did have dog days. Perhaps you haven't noticed. Perhaps we weren't paying attention. Perhaps we live on social media. But as we look at our city and the information, the stats, the numbers, we see metaphorically that it really is sunny in Lamarque. And I believe it's going to continue to be sunny, and there are reasons why. Again, in 2023, our finance department had an unqualified audit, that is the best audit that a municipality can have, which means that our financial health is in order. It means that we're on the right track. We endeavor in 2024 to provide with Ms. Turner, our new finance director, new software that can produce reports that our citizens can read and understand so that they can further engage in the process of directing their own government. This year, we endeavor to spend $15 additional million in infrastructure improvements to our water supply system, to our stormwater system, to our wastewater system. And again, we endeavor to fund this new street department so that we can continue to provide for our citizens safe ways to travel. I'd be remiss if I didn't certainly lift for you a few accomplishments of note that have happened in our city this past year. The library received an award of excellence that put them in the top 15% of libraries in this state. Did you hear me? The city of Lamarque has a library that is doing so well that it is in the top 15% of libraries in our state. Our Economic Development Corporation received an award of excellence, I believe the 7th or 8th year in a row, providing for excellent economic development of our community. And just this past year, I was blessed to attend a groundbreaking for the new Lamarque High School and the new Lamarque Athletic Facility, something that has not been done in the city of Lamarque in over 50 years. And the school board let us, and Dr. Duarte let us. But if you look back at the vote, overwhelmingly the people of Lamarque cast their vote for a better future for our children. And again, I assert to you metaphorically, it's sunny in Lamarque. Lamarque is moving forward because we have the longest stretch of land, undeveloped land on I-45 in this entire county. We are the center of the county, and Lamarque has gotten her act together. So much to the point that Lamarque is no longer talking about the past. Lamarque is no longer arguing about the present. Lamarque is now planning for the future, and our greatest effort of 2024 will be the new Lamarque 2050 plan. And this is the most important part of my presentation because it calls for a call to action for every resident in our city. The Word of God, and I still believe in the Word of God, suggests to us that without a vision, the people perish. Lamarque has not had time to think about a vision. And yet here we are today. The sun's out metaphorically, and we can see clear because the rain is gone. And so in this new Lamarque 2050 plan, what we will see is Lamarque being able to shape its own mission. Lamarque being able to declare its values. And Lamarque being able to cast her own vision for the first time in her life. But we need help. This will be the most comprehensive plan that Lamarque has ever endeavored to accomplish. It will be a strategic plan that will speak to us about the areas of new growth, the areas of challenge and trial, but also things so technical as where should we put our new police station? And what types of equipment should that station house? Again, in Lamarque, we're moving forward together. It's sunny. We thank you for the time that you have allowed us to share with you. We solicit your prayers. We solicit your encouragement. But more than anything, if you want to help us in the great city of Lamarque, just share what you've heard. To whomever, wherever the occasion rises. Again, Mayor Johnson, thank you for your hospitality. Mr. Culp, thank you for this event. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the city of Lamarque.
Thank you, Mayor Bill.
Thank you.
Good job, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Yes, sir.
Well, we make a couple of technical adjustments right quick as we get ready for Mayor Johnson to come forward. Hey, if y'all didn't hear, it's sunny in Lamarque, Texas. I want y'all to understand that. It is sunny in Lamarque. And something tells me some of that sunshine is just shining right back over here on Texas City as well. So, are we ready? We're ready. With that, please join to welcome to the stage Mayor Dedrick Johnson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Texas City. Texas City is the gateway to the Gulf. Texas City is the heart of Galveston County. There's a pastor here, Pastor Kevin Herron. He's a songwriter. He wrote a song that says, Texas City is a place that will never die. Heat waves and hurricanes and fire in the sky. It's a town that's going to do worldwide things because God's got some people here pulling strings. God's got some people here pulling strings, and the people in Texas City who are pulling strings are the staff and the elected officials. I would like every elected official and every staff member who works for the city of Texas City to please stand and be recognized right now. These are the people that make the world go round in the city of Texas City. Now, historically, the state of the city, I've stood here before you to give updates on things like our tax rate, which has been lowered to 49 cents per $100 of assessed value in 2021, where it has remained without being raised over the past few years. And I talked to you about things in our city, about the city's population and the thriving consensus, and it's growing. Now more than 55,000 people. And while things like that are important, I'd like to take a different approach today. Instead of the State of the City address, we're going to give you the State of Community Matters. Community Matters 2030. When I was elected to office first, one of the first things I wanted to do was create a plan to help shape where we were going and what the future of Texas City would look like. We assembled a steering committee, a diverse group who had represented the different parts of the community. We surveyed the community, and working together, we identified priorities and compiled goals. These were the things that mattered the most to the city of Texas City. Community Matters 2030 was created. Together, we built a roadmap to our future, and this is not a plan confined to just pages or one that stays on the shelf. It's very dynamic, and it's very much in action. First part of that plan, the priority was our police. To take the community's top priority, or as we call it, the first matter of focus, public safety. And for us, public safety has been shared within 3 departments. The first of these departments is our police department. And one of the things that matters most to our community is maintaining the trust and the confidence of our police department. We want officers who not only protect and serve the community, but also officers who understand how to engage with it. So we've made a goal to establish an open dialogue between our officers and the community members by offering more outreach and events and programs than ever before. We have grown both the Citizens Police Academy and the Citizens Police Alumni Association and restarted the Explorer program. We've also launched a new program called Citizens on Patrol, where the Citizens Police Academy alumni receive specialized training and work with our officers doing things like checking on houses for people who are on vacation or helping block roads in the event of an accident, which frees an officer and allows them to return to patrol. Essentially, these volunteers act as extra eyes, and they are a police force multiplier. It's an innovative program, and though it just started, we've already had 8 people complete the training. It's also a priority to have more police officers in the city of Texas City, a city that continues to grow at a rate that's almost twice as fast as the national average. We need more officers to serve in this growing community. That's why we applied for, and we were awarded, grants from the Department of Justice, which will help increase our police department by 16 officers. Community Matters 2030 also called for the establishment of our very first cadet program, and we've done that. It offers civilians the opportunity to go through the police academy and receive months of training where they must take and pass exams to be T-Code certified and work their way to becoming police officers. That program was just launched last year, and already 2 classes of cadets have graduated from that program, with a 3rd coming soon. Our fire department, also under the umbrella of public safety, our fire department, their first goal in Community Matters 2030 is one that targets a foundation of fire service prevention. The goal was to enhance and strengthen our annual inspections program, and that's exactly what we've done. We have increased the annual number of inspections and broadened the scope of what they cover, helping to make our community even safer and ensuring a more efficient and timely response to the needs of our growing community. Homes are coming in by the thousands in Texas City, and businesses in the area are flourishing, with more making plans to come. For our fire department, in just the past 6 years, they have seen a 77% increase in calls for service along the I-45 corridor. Just that alone. Now, we knew a plan was needed, and so did our community. And I'm proud to say that we responded by building a state-of-the-art Fire Station 4. Not only does this fire station create a base for service in the I-45 corridor, but it also added a police substation and a new 100-foot aerial ladder truck, a new fire engine, and a new medic unit. We also added 18 new firefighters to that station. This fire station improves the response time, not just in the area that it serves, but for the entire city of Texas City. Community Matters 2030 also called for the creation and implementation of a very innovative magnet program. And guess what? We've done that. The city of Texas City, Texas City Independent School District, and the College of the Mainland have worked together to create this program where high school students learn the essentials of firefighting. And upon graduation, successful students will be state certified, allowing them to immediately qualify for a career in this field. The magnet program was launched this past year with 14 students entering the program. And already we have more than doubled that number for the upcoming year. And we're excited to announce that the program will be expanding more with the creation of that fire magnet program in Dickinson ISD. Emergency management. Let's talk about that. We can't talk about public safety without talking about emergency management. This is the team that works hand in hand, and not only with our first responders, but also with our industrial partners to keep our community safe. For this department, the first goal in Community Matters 2030 was to utilize a state registry to help identify residents who need assistance during emergencies. And guess what? We've done that. We've completed all of the necessary steps to assess this database and link it with our emergency notification system. And that way, during an emergency, we can utilize technology to communicate directly with these residents. And that's just one of our many parts of this robust emergency response plan. We've developed an evacuation plan, and this evacuation plan outlines the steps necessary, everything from buses to securing facilities to notifications, emergency notifications on your phone. We also meet with stakeholders in the community each year to identify, evaluate, and strengthen the plan, and conduct drills and training and exercises throughout the year. We've also begun expanding our camera system across the city. Just like the mayor of Marque, Keith Bell, mentioned about the flock cameras, the city of Texas City has enhanced that. That way, during the case of an emergency, we can see exactly what is happening in real time and make the best decisions for our community. Now, of course, no emergency plan will be successful without including the people knowing about it and being a part of it. That's why we hold the annual town hall hurricane meeting right here in this room. And our goal was to enhance that. We added more presentations from weather safety experts and things like door prizes and snacks to help draw the community people out. You know what the saying goes, if you feed them, they will come. Well, it's working. In 2022, there were 138 people who showed up at the town hall meeting, and last year, that number nearly doubled with 257 people here. Emergency management is also focusing on reaching and preparing the city employees by offering training on things like active violence, stop the bleed, heart attack, and so on. This first matter of focus in Community Matters 2030 was a big one in terms of both importance and scope. And I'm proud to say that we have achieved so much already. Now, to our community, I would like to say that public safety is a top priority for you, and it's a top priority for us. We're working hard every day to make sure that Texas City is an even safer place for us all. Now, let's talk economic development. And economic development ranked almost even with public safety in our Community Matters. Our community wants to see small businesses promoted, more new businesses coming to Texas City, and especially dining and more entertainment options, and the development of areas like the Dyke, 6th Street, and Shoal Point. And I'm here to tell you that growth is happening right here in Texas City. And our city is catching attention nationwide. People are talking about us in New York, where just in January of this year, the Wall Street Journal did a 3-page full-color story that prominently featured our very own Lago Mar, highlighted how the lagoon not only draws people in, but it also raises the value of the land around it. The Lago Mar planned unit development has increased the residential tax base by more than $475 million and increased also the commercial tax base by $176 million. Now, that's approximately 2/3 of $1 billion, and that's just for a single development. Texas City has at least 10 other active planned communities in development within our city units. Also in the news, you may have seen and you may have heard earlier today, Sports Illustrated Hotel Resort is in the works, and it is the first one in the nation being planned for construction right here in the city of Texas City. Now, that hotel is expected to be at least 9 stories tall, with at least 200 rooms, along with a stadium sports grill and a Sports Illustrated beach club. And businesses aren't just coming here, but they're also moving their headquarters here. And when they move their headquarters here and they start making Texas City the base of their operations. Last year, the Gulf Coast Water Authority opened its new administrative headquarters right here on Emmett F. Lowry. And you've probably seen the major facade renovation on Palmer, which is not only a new O'Reilly Auto Parts location, but will also serve as their regional hub. Texas City is known for being the home to industrial leaders, many of whom are here with us today. The industrial projects that they have coming to our city have a combined value over $1 billion. Yes, that's $1 billion with a B. And if you're like me, there's one development that you've been hearing a lot about everywhere you go. And so I'm here to put the rumor to rest. It is fact. Texas City is getting a Waffle House right here in Texas City, and it's coming this summer. Another restaurant that's headed our way. So I'm proud to announce that Texas Roadhouse is planning to break ground right here in Texas City as well. That should open next year. But one of our most exciting developments, again, is Waffle House. I'm sorry. I can't wait like many of you. But this year we will open a facility that addresses the needs of small businesses, and I'm excited to announce our business incubator on 6th Street. And it's going to be called the Phoenix Business Incubator, the Phoenix Business Accelerator. It's going to be a workspace, okay, that's going to offer startups to new ventures and businesses in the very earliest stages and access to the resources and services and equipment that they need all under one roof. Texas City is now part of the Bay Area Houston Economic Partnership, BAHEP, and we have some representatives from here, from BAHEP with us today, which will elevate our city onto an even larger platform. Add to that the Economic Development Action Plan, the marketing that we're doing across all platforms at all levels, the participation in the Greater Houston Partnership, and all I can say is that the city of Texas City and the people are not just taking notice of these businesses, but they're wanting to be a part of it. Let's talk about public works. We couldn't sustain all the growth in our city if it wasn't for the success of a great public works department. Built on such a strong foundation, that's why Public Works is the next matter of focus in Community Matters 2030. Let's take our pump stations as an example. They pump rainwater off our flooded streets at the rate of 1 million gallons per minute. But to many, that's not enough. The citizens ask for more, and they want to be able to help Moses Lake when it overflows as it receives that pumped water. So that's why we have secured $17 million in grant funding and are using $6.5 million of those grant funds to help it with the creation of an additional pump station. Now, the new facility will help lower the water in Moses Lake as we continue to pump those floodwaters off the streets of Texas City, keeping our businesses and our properties safe. Our streets are another area where we are working to diligently prepare for the future. Many of the streets in Texas City, in the town, were built decades ago, when the growth in traffic that we see today couldn't have been anticipated. Our pothole repair truck is working overtime, patching and repairing streets, and we've developed a plan to replace the older roadways that are structurally failing across town. It's an extensive list, so we have to prioritize that list based upon the size and the need of the street. And I'm proud of our Public Works Department because that department is doing what they're doing in just the past week or two. They've repaired Black Oak and Burr Oak and are currently working to complete Estelle Circle. And they are scheduled to start on 5th Avenue next week. And we're also evaluating areas where sidewalks need to be added or repaired. And one of the first that we are planning to do is install a sidewalk down the stretch of 34th Street from the mansions of Moses Lake all the way to Palmer Highway. This sidewalk is one of the most requested from our community. Let's talk about our schools. Of course, we can't talk about the future of our community without talking about our schools. And as I mentioned earlier, we launched our first firefighter magnet program, which has been very popular. Now our police department is finalizing the curriculum to add another innovative new program with Texas City High School. This class will give students interested in criminal justice or law enforcement the opportunity to get hands-on daily training with our police officers in areas of police work. Working to create an after-school tutorial programs was another goal in Community Matters. Just last week, with the help of Commissioner DeAndre Noxon and our Rec and Tour Director, Mr. Dennis Harris, we launched a math tutoring program at Carver Community Center for 6th and 7th grade students and beyond. This tutoring program is offered free of charge to the community. Now, by achieving these school-related goals, we are checking the boxes in Community Matters 2030. We're helping to revitalize our school districts and better the youth and prepare them for our future. Beautification and revitalization was also a part of Community Matters 2030. We want to beautify the areas throughout the city, and by doing so, we're helping revitalize our community for the future, which was our next matter of focus in 2030, Community Matters 2030. Now, our first goal was to landscape the prominent entryways into the city. We have plans to install Welcome to Texas City signs and landscaping along Palmer Highway and 146 and Highway 3. And we're going to do those things just as soon as TxDOT completes their developments. We're enhancing medians all throughout the city, and like those along Amburn Road and 25th Avenue, where more than $680,000 of upgrades have already been done. New trees and flower beds and decorative light posts have adorned the medians of those areas. And more than 50 trees have been planted at various parks throughout the city. In addition, this past December, 100 trees were donated by the Lindy Corporation, and they were planted by volunteers from Trees for Houston at Bay Street Park. In our neighborhoods, curbside addresses are being placed on the curb so first responders will be able to see the correct location without delay. And Texas City became an official affiliate of Keep Texas Beautiful in 2022 and created Keep Texas City Beautiful. Several community cleanups have been held, including the annual Great American Cleanup, which is scheduled again coming soon, this coming May 11th. We're also revitalizing our commercial areas, including 6th Street, where Economic Development Corporation has allocated approximately $7 million to build a new community plaza on 6th Street. That community plaza will be scheduled to break ground in a few months, but it'll include a food truck park. It'll include a water play area, a performance stage. It'll also have a dog track and add more trees, landscaping, and beautification. It will enhance the curb appeal to that old downtown area. And we're utilizing CDBG funds to help make improvements in other areas. Plans are being developed to revitalize the 1867 Settlement Historic District, with $50,000 from our Economic Development Corporation earmarked to provide funding for businesses along the corridor within that business area, within the district, for exterior renovations and improvements. Now, a similar program was also recently created by the Economic Development Corporation for other businesses all throughout the city. And that's called the Business Improvement Grant, the big grant, if you will. And these businesses can receive up to $15,000 in matching funds for eligible improvement projects. Let's talk about community engagement. In Community Matters 2030, the next matter of focus was community engagement. Our citizens want to simply be informed, and we want them to know about the programs and services available. In order to reach an even broader audience in our community, our communications department has been partnering with culture brokers and influencers, and resulting in our messages reaching hundreds and thousands of people. Last year, the communications department focused heavily on increasing social media content, reach, and engagement by creating more than 500 pieces of social media content and expanding into new formats. The results have been phenomenal. The number of visits to the City of Texas City's Facebook page and Instagram accounts have increased by over 100%. And the reach of these accounts, in total, the two accounts reached a total of more than 2 million people just last year alone. And community interactions increased by 151%. As a result, there were thousands of new followers on both our Facebook and our Instagram pages, as well as thousands of contacts being added for our emergency notification system. Let's speak about youth development, one of the things that's near and dear to my heart. This marketing also helped create a spike in attendance at our special events and activities and youth programs, which was our next community matter of focus. In addition, the Recreation and Tourism Department has established an online registration system, making participation in camps, activities, swim lessons, youth sports, water activities more convenient than ever. And within the next year, we'll also have a select number of facility rentals available online too. Our youth programs have been greatly expanded. The Recreation and Tourism Department has developed activity rooms for our kids and teens that offer arts and crafts and PlayStation and foosball and ping pong, and all of these activities are free. Take me back to my childhood, where they had such an impact on my early years with me and my peers. Now, just yesterday, our staff met with representatives from the General Land Office and other partners to discuss $4 million in grant funds that will be used to expand both the Sanders Center and Carver Center for various purposes. Let's talk code enforcement. Well, code enforcement is next on our Community Matters list of priorities, or as we now call it, neighborhood improvement services. And I agree. This has been a big focus of ours. Our aim was to address all pending complaints and resolve 75% of them, including substandard structures, within 90 days. Now, to do that, we have hired 2 full-time NIS officers, and the results we've achieved have been nothing short of incredible. And I need to pause and just give Fire Chief David Zackrow a hand, because he has really revolutionized this department and helped clean up our city. To put it in perspective, in 2020, there were 614 complaints completed. Just 3 years later, in 2023, there were 1,937 complaints completed. That represents an increase of 68%, but also in 2020, the NIS addressed about 20% of the complaints received. They addressed just 20% of the complaints received. Our goal in Community Matters was to address 75%. I can tell you that last year, we didn't just do that. We addressed 99% of the complaints that were received. And we're not just in the business of demolitions. In May of 2022, 19 structures have actually been restored or have active permits. The second goal was to educate our community about our city ordinances. And we've developed informational fact sheets and flyers about ordinances, fences, driveways, in addition to helping residents connect with the various city departments, what we have, the services that we can offer for assistance. Now, let's talk about housing. We're focusing on creating safer and better housing for the citizens who are the most vulnerable, for our elderly, for our disabled. And one of the things we're doing to achieve that is developing a rental registry so that we can communicate consistent expectations to the landlords and tenants in that area. We've also identified housing counseling agencies that provide counseling services free of charge. Our first-time homebuyers program has been restored and is now fully operational, providing thousands of dollars with Texas City families to help them pay with down payments and closing costs. For more mature properties, I'm proud to say that the housing rehabilitation and reconstruction programs are back up and running. In addition to $800,000 of community development block grant funds, we have also allocated $1 million from the United States Department of Treasury, state, local fiscal recovery funds for housing rehabilitation and reconstruction. To this date, 15 houses have been rehabilitated for residents, primarily those who are elderly and disabled, with each receiving up to $25,000 in repairs. We've also begun the reconstruction of 5 homes that were dilapidated beyond repair. That's not rehabilitation, that's reconstruction. And today I'm happy to have with us one of the recipients of our housing reconstruction program. I want Ms. Gertrude in the back to just wave her hand for me, please. She is probably super anxious and excited to be moving into her new home that we're about to break ground on in just a few weeks. And we're very thankful that we have the opportunity to help citizens like Ms. Gertrude. We move on to social services, and we start talking about how that was a priority in our Community Matters, right? In 2030, Community Matters 2030. In Texas City, we are surrounded by agencies who are doing phenomenal things for our community every day. We want people to know about these agencies. These agencies rise to the occasion each time we need them. But they need to know and how to be able to find the services that they need. So to help with that, our Moore Memorial Public Library has built a listing of social service agencies, health organizations, and other community resources. You can find that when you visit our library or visit our library's website in the lobby. The library also hosts programs and classes and health screenings in partnership with many of these organizations. Now, in conclusion, I am happy to say that the State of Community Matters 2030 is a good one. We continue to check the boxes of all the priorities and goals set forth by the committee. And we do this by working together, because that's the only way. So if you look closely at the Community Matters 2030 logo, you'll notice 2 things. One of the things you notice is that you cannot spell community without U-N-I-T-Y. And it's up to you and I to see why. This is important to us. This Community Matters focus, our last one, but certainly not the least one, is diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's actually a value that's embedded in all of our matters of focus in our community. That's why the logo is a circle of many different colors, representing the different people, the different backgrounds from all walks of life. And we'll continue to be a municipality that is diverse, that is fair, and one that is inclusive in the programs and events that we offer for our residents. We'll continue to create and maintain a diverse workforce where the contributions of all matter. Only then will we be able to proudly say that we have addressed the matters of the entire community. So may God bless you all, and may God bless the communities that matters to me the most. The place so nice that they called it Texas twice. Texas City, Texas. Thank you.
I tell people all of the time, one of the best things that could have ever happened to me was to take the job in Texas City Lamarque Chamber of Commerce. And these two men right here and what they've shared with you today is the reason why. Thank you all for being here with us. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to be with us. It's very important that you're here, and we really, really do appreciate it. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.